What's up, y'all? Peace. As you can see, I got the fresh one, you know what I'm saying? Had to get the NBA look today. I'm just thinking off the top of my head. I was thinking about the whole Afrika Bambaataa thing, and me personally, he most likely it happened. He did it, you know what I'm saying? And it's not for me to put it out there. Everybody knows. It's up to the victims to come forward. You know what I'm saying? And there were other names that were mentioned. I was watching B Street the other night a few weeks ago, and it's just weird watching the part with Soul Sonic Forces performing, and one of the other members of Soul Sonic Forces is a dude named Ahmed, and he supposedly he was in the other room when Afrika Bambaataa was doing these teenagers and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just crazy. So when I see that scene on B Street, because I got that shit on DVD, but like when I saw that on TV, that part with Soul Sonic Forces performing, and I'm looking at, I just see that part a little different. And I do see the movie a little different, because now I'm looking at all them b-boy teenagers that's in the movies, all them dancers, half of whom were Zulu or became Zulu Nation members, or were already Zulu Nation members, and I'm like, damn, I wonder how many of them he touched, you know what I'm saying? But obviously, as the story goes further and more information comes out, you start hearing other names and other people, a police officer here, you know what I'm saying? Ahmed, and it's so crazy, and the reason why I'm bringing this up is because my barber, who was my barber for a long time, he's not that old, he's like 4 years older than me. Back in the day, he was trying to do, later on they called freestyle music, but it wasn't called freestyle back then. I think it was called Latin dance or some shit like that. Because by 89, even though in the beginning it was mostly African American singers, by 1989 most of the people that were doing freestyle music were Puerto Rican and Filipino, and there was some Cubans in Miami doing it too. But I remember him telling me way back in 2007 and 2008 about a producer / promoter. I wish I could remember his name, because if I did, I'll blow his name up right now. And supposedly this producer and promoter from the Bronx, he was doing the same thing that Afrika Bambaataa was doing, you know what I'm saying? And my barber gave me, he told me a story of I don't know if it was his group 3 Kings. That was the group that he was trying to do when he was 14, 15 years old back in 89. I don't know if it was one of his members or somebody else that in Brooklyn that was doing freestyle music, but he told me that one dude came up to him and was like, yo, I know you ain't gay, but yo, you gotta do it. You get this record deal, and I'm like, I don't know if I believed him. I didn't really believe him 100%. And then he threw up some names, some famous people, mostly male singers, you know what I'm saying, and one female who's real famous. And I didn't believe him, you know what I'm saying? I didn't believe him. And now, with everything that's coming forward about Afrika Bambaataa and Ahmed, and then I'm not to say that Ahmed did anything, but he was in the other room, and so obviously he covered it up. And recently, an interview where a guy claimed that he was also molested by a police officer that was friends with Afrika Bambaataa. So this promoter, producer from the Bronx, hold up. Bikes coming. Supposedly, I'm in the hood. I'm like a block away from my building. You know what I'm saying? But so I didn't believe him, and now with all this Afrika Bambaataa thing, Bambaataa thing now it's like, okay, because, back then in the Bronx, a lot of, like, they all were in the same circle, basically. Because a lot of the freestyle singers, they used to be b-boys. They started over as b-boys in the beginning, and so they ran in the same circle, went to the same high schools, and a lot of promoters and producers, were working with Soul Sonic Force or promoting them or had a partnership with them and shit like that. So now I kind of believe. Sorry about that. Now I kind of believe what my barber was saying. Shout out to E-Bill for the spot I'm on. So now I believe him, you know what I'm saying? Because now I could see that whatever Afrika Bambaataa was doing, or through Zulu Nation, or was using Zulu Nation to do the shit that he was doing, and he was basically, it sounds like he was inviting other pedophiles in the same circle to do it, whether in the same neighborhood or in the music scene. So now, I think if people are gonna continue to investigate this shit, they, obviously this producer is nothing's gonna happen to him, because most of the singers never came forward. You know what I'm saying? And these are all alleged anyway. It's allegedly, but it's kind of crazy that my barber told me this in 2007, 2008, and I didn't believe him. Because the names he was mentioning, these are names that I grew up listening to. The female is like real famous. But they were all teenagers, supposedly, when they had sex with or being molested by this older promoter, producer. And a lot of these dudes, they used to hang out in Studio 54. And we all know the history of Studio 54. With all the drugs and all the craziness that was going on in there. So it's weird, and now I kind of believe him. I don't know if I believe all the names, but I believe it, because actually, and not to say this, because just because you're gay doesn't mean you've been molested, but there's one freestyle singer that is openly gay, you know what I'm saying, producer, singer. So you know what I'm saying, it seems to me like this was, so it seems like this shit was going on all over the Bronx in the music scene. So it wasn't just Afrika Bambaataa. It was other people that in those parties, in those clubs, in that scene that were taking advantage of young boys. So anyway, I'll catch y'all later. Peace.